We're living in this incredible time of technological leaps, right? We've got AI that can literally write code for us, cloud platforms that can scale a business overnight. I mean, the promise is just huge. But here's the thing. What if those same tools we're using to innovate are also kind of quietly opening the door to total disaster? Let's unpack that hidden risk. This right here, this is what we call the innovation paradox. See, on one hand, you've got all the good stuff, massive growth, crazy efficiency, amazing automation. But on the other hand, there's this hidden peril. The exact same tech can lead to catastrophic data breaches, unbelievable financial loss, and these critical vulnerabilities that can just sink you. It's really two sides of the same coin. And today, we're going to figure out how to tip those scales in our favor. And let's be clear, this isn't just some theory or abstract danger. Oh no, the consequences are very, very real. So let's dive into some cautionary tales, stories of when that rush to innovate went horribly, horribly wrong. $600 million. Just take a second and let that number sink in. It's almost impossible to even wrap your head around, right? So what on earth could lead to a loss that massive? Well, that was the amount stolen from the DeFi platform Poly Network back in 2021. And you might think an attack this big must have been some super complex multi-stage operation. Nope, it was just one vulnerability. A single, tiny oversight in their code that led to one of the biggest crypto heists in history. It's just a brutal lesson, isn't it? How one little crack in the foundation can bring the whole building down.
But, the cost isn't always about the money. Not at all. Let's look at a different kind of number now. This one's about people. Over 1 million of them, in fact.
That's how many patient records were exposed in a 2023 cyber attack on next-gen healthcare. We're talking about the most sensitive, private, personal health information you can imagine. And get this, where did the breach happen? In their cutting-edge, AI-driven platform. See, they invested in the cool new tech, but they completely forgot that innovation and security have to walk hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. Okay, so these stories are, well, they're terrifying, right? And they really point to a much deeper issue. We spend so much time and money building these huge walls to protect against attacks from the outside. But what if the real threat isn't out there at all? What if it's already inside? Let's pull back the curtain on these hidden risks. This definition right here, it really gets to the heart of the problem. So a hidden cyber risk, it's not what you think. It's not some shadowy hacker in a dark room, no. It's a vulnerability that we create ourselves by misusing or just plain misunderstanding the new technology we're so excited about. And here's the really scary part. Most of the time, it's not even viewed as a risk at all. So, okay, where do these risks actually pop up? Well, they often come from completely innocent, everyday stuff. Think about it. An employee, just trying to be more efficient, uploads a confidential file to a public AI tool, not even realizing that everything is being logged. Or a developer, they're rushing to meet a deadline, so they roll out new code without a proper security audit. Or a manager signs off on migrating to the cloud without asking a few simple questions about encryption. See, none of these people are trying to cause harm, but the outcome can be absolutely devastating. So that really begs the question, right? If this stuff is so common, why are we all so blind to the dangers? Well, it pretty much boils down to 4 common oversights. All right, let's break these down. First up, there's this misplaced trust in automation. We kind of just assume the tool will handle all the security stuff for us. Then there's overconfidence in the vendors. We see a big familiar brand name and think, oh, they must be secure. Third is just a basic lack of awareness about secure configuration, literally not knowing the right buttons to click to set things up safely. And finally, the really big one, not enough or the wrong kind of employee training. I love this quote because it just nails it. The risk isn't just external hackers. It's an internal misunderstanding. See, that's the whole game right there. The fundamental problem isn't that we need more firewalls, it's that we have a lack of knowledge. It's about an internal misunderstanding of the very tools we're so excited to use. Okay, so we've laid out the problem, we've seen the pretty scary consequences, and we get the root causes. But, just identifying the problem, that's only half the battle. The good news is there's a clear, actionable solution. There is a secure path forward. So what is the solution? Honestly, it's surprisingly simple, but it requires a huge shift in how we think. The single most effective solution is this. Every tech seminar needs a security layer. We have to stop treating tech training and security training like two separate things. They have to be woven together. From now on, every time you teach your team about a new tool or a new platform, security can't be some afterthought. It has to be a core part of the lesson, right from the start.
And this right here, this visualizes the huge shift we need to make. For years, all our training has been focused on the old focus. How do you use the tool? How do you do your job faster or better? But the new mandate, and really the only way to innovate without inviting disaster, is to focus on the other side. How do you use the tool safely? This completely redefines what it means to be good at your job. From this point forward, being proficient has to mean being secure.
And so I want to leave you with this question. And this is for every single leader, every manager, every employee out there. You've probably invested in the seminars, you've bought the software, you've embraced innovation. That's great. Your team knows how to use the new tech. But I want you to take a hard look and honestly ask yourself, do they really know how to use it safely? Because the answer to that one question, well, that could be the difference between a breakthrough and a breakdown.